guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. Today guys, I want to talk AD games, ROLEX AD games. How much money do you need to spend to get the harder to get Rolexes? And guys, I'm making this video today. I spoke to a good friend of mine who is playing the AD games, and I got some figures for you. This particular gentleman, he bought a number of, he was dealing with a multi-brand franchise. They sell Rolex, they sell Lange, they sell Panerai, Tudor, JJ LeCoultre. They sell a number of high-end brands. So guys, I've asked him. He's asked me to keep this quiet. I can't keep my mouth shut. I want to make this video. I want to tell you how much you need to spend to play the AD games. I'm going to give you real figures. And I'm going to tell you what he bought. I'm going to tell you how much spend he had to make. And I'm going to talk about gambler's syndrome at the end, okay? He still believes they're going to come good for a really hard to get Rolex. Now, so this particular gentleman himself, he's bought a number of Tudors, Panerais, Vacherons, and he's quite a nice guy. He's a savvy guy. He's not an idiot by any stretch of the imagination. He wants a discount on a lot of the purchases. And you know what, guys? If you're going to play the AD games, hit them hard for discounts. And he said to me, they keep saying to him, "Oh, but you never sell. It doesn't matter what you pay." And he says, that's the most stupid thing out of your mouth. He says, the more money I save, money is everything. Price is everything. Service doesn't matter. It's the price. The price is so important, because the more money I save, the more watches I can buy. So how much did he spend before he got his first offer? All prices in Australian dollars, and some models here have been changed to protect the guilty. That's right. We've got to be a bit sneaky weaky, a little bit confidential, because the ADs, they don't want this cat out of the bag. So how much did he have to spend to get his first deal? Now this guy here, I got to tell you the truth, he is extremely pushy. He keeps asking and asking. He's not afraid. He's not afraid to ask for his entitlements. Believe you me, he's not scared at all. So he spent $50,000. $50,000 Australian. 50,000. And then he got offered one of the hard, well, this wouldn't be tier 1, it's kind of tier 2 or tier 3. Tier 3, hard to get, $50,000. $50,000. And I gotta tell you, man, that's a shitload of money in my neck of the woods. That's kind of like the average salary. 50,000 bucks after tax. That's kind of what reasonable salary is there. And let's just convert that. We'll convert that into US dollars. 40,000 US dollars. And then he got offered a Rolex Explorer 2 Black Dial. Nothing that great about that. I mean, a Black Dial Explorer 2, yes, it's a little bit hard to get, but it ain't that fantastic. It ain't that great. It's not terrible, but it's also not that, it doesn't go for a big premium. Yes, it goes for a little premium, but not a great premium. So then he continued to spend. He spent another $50,000, and then he was offered a black dial two-tone Sky Dweller. Big deal in my opinion. Big deal in my opinion. That's kind of what I would say there. And then he spanked it. He absolutely spanked it. He spent 150,000 Aussie dollars. 150. That's 120 US. This is on top of already spending 50 plus 50. We're talking close to 200,000. And then he was offered 250,000 Aussie dollars, 200 US. He was offered a Pepsi Rolex at retail. $250,000 Aussie dollars. $250,000. He spent $250,000 to get a Pepsi. That's actually ridiculous. It's 1,000 times the value. Well, it's even more. 2,000 times the value of the watch. Pepsi is about 13,000 in Australia. That is expensive. $250,000, $250,000, and he gets to buy a Pepsi at retail. This is the AD Games. This is the margin. $250,000. What time period are we talking about? This is within a 12-month period. 12 months. So, guys, if you think you can get a hard-to-get Rolex, be prepared to spend the big bucks. $250,000. And they kept saying to him, they treat him like garbage. The AD treats him like garbage. He's not allowed to bring a friend. I said to him when he was picking one of the watches up, could I please come with you? I'd like to see what it's like. I'd like to go to the back room with you. The secret handshake, the secret handshake, the password at the door. And he's not allowed to invite anyone. They explicitly say, do not invite anyone. This is after he spent $250,000. What a load of bullshit. And then they also say to him, we don't want you selling any of the watches. I mean, what the hell? What fantasy land are these losers living in? That's what I'd like to know. Who are they to dictate what the hell you can and can't do? $250,000. $250,000. Man, that is so much. And the worst thing about this, I mean, this guy's a friend. I really like him. He's a cool guy. He's like a gambler, just waiting for that big win. He said, you know what? They're going to get me a meteorite dial Daytona. And I'm thinking, man, you spent $250,000, $250,000, and you got a Pepsi? I think you're kind of fooling yourself if you think you're just on the cusp of getting a meteorite dial. This is the gamblers. It's like a gambler. The win's just coming. Give me a little bit more seed capital. And I got to be honest with you, man. You've got to know the numbers. How much do you need to put in to play the AD games. You got to know the numbers, man. If you don't know the numbers, it's just not worth. You've got to know the numbers before you get in. You've got to make an informed decision before you start playing the AD games. $250,000, a lousy Explorer 2, a Sky Dweller two-tone, and he got a Pepsi. He got a Pepsi. I mean, my God, that is just ridiculous. So, guys, that's the numbers you need to do. That's how it is in Australia. I'm just giving you an example. Every other collector, they don't have the balls to discuss it with me. They won't discuss it with me. Oh, Arch, I don't want you to put it on the show. And I said, well, mate, don't you just stop talking. I got to make a living, guys. I got to make a living. People want to know this stuff. And this is the numbers you need to do. Churn and burn. That's what you need to churn to burn the points. I'm just telling you, man. It's like flybys. You get $1 for every $1,000. Man, these Rolex ADs, they're not stupid. They're not stupid. They're there. They are there. They are there to sell product. They're not there to help you. They're there for their own reasons. So, guys, there you go. I've given you the figures. You tell me if it's worth playing the AD games. You decide. At least now you can make an informed decision. I'm ArchieLuxury. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Don't be afraid. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and put a couple comments below. Remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. Look down in the description for ways you can help me. One of the best ways is sponsoring me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a small little figure every month, and I give you tidbits and gossip and juicy stuff. I try and communicate a couple times a week with my Patreons. Look down below and sign up today. Okay, guys, see you in the next one. Hi, guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.